Welcome to Nightfall Tavern, where stories are told before they unfold. I'm your host, Sorielei. Today we're joined with Fox and Louphonze. Thank you both for joining. We're going to start off by following a tall and lithe woman into Nightfall Tavern. Inside we see Vesper walking up to the bar where a bartender can be seen cleaning a glass. He glances up at her and says, "You're late." And Vesper, she plops down on the stool and says, "Well, history rarely arrives on time." He says to her, "Another case closed?" And while pouring a clear liquid into a very small shot cup, she says barely.
Sorry.
And drinks it down in one gulp. And then sinking into the seat, she says, "It was supposed to be a simple check-in. The Silverhill Morgue's janitor requested a murder investigation, apparently not realizing that he was inviting witnesses instead." The smell of bleach and formaldehyde fills the hallway as all three of you arrive at the local hospital. We see a group of 3 people approaching this hospital. It's evening time. Who do we see walking up the stairs towards the hospital?
Me first. You will see this attempt at a handsome elven man. Black hair, messy hair, all the way to his shoulders. A hat. One side of the hat is like decorated with this plumage. He's all dressed entirely almost in red and blacks. A bunch of pompous little expensive pieces of clothing that is betrayed by some will say the mistaken way that he utilizes those. Like he has a scarf that it goes outside of the coat instead of being on the neck to protect from the cold. He put it outside because it looks better that way and stuff like that. Long coat. And he has in his hand a beautiful it is on the cheaper side, but as expensive as you can get while still being cheap. A beautiful unicorn horn wand. Needless to say, it's not a real unicorn horn wand. It's just carved to look like that.
And walking beside you, who do we see?
We see a really young-looking person, so beautiful. Most people confuse him as a lady because, especially, the face has some makeup that is kind of poorly done. White short hair with a bob, and some clothes that are worn down, but they look like they were very expensive, like they wear high-class clothes. Well, they're kind of simple, just a vest and some pretty-looking stuff. And on the right side, a holster for a revolver.
All right, so walking up to you guys, very tall. She looks very, almost like she walks with the smoothness of a dancer almost. Comes up to you guys, or rather is walking up to this hospital with you guys, is Vesper. She glances at you and you both and says, "So how exactly did you guys get hooked into this? As you guys may have noticed, I work for the county. I'm here just to make sure that everything goes on the up and up. So I'll just kind of be shadowing you guys. Don't feel intimidated. Not fully with the government, just so you guys know. I simply am a contractor that helps them with the paperwork." So she glances at between you two again, trying to figure out how you guys, if you guys even know each other. What brought you guys to this case?
You will see this man. He will say...
Oh, and she looks at you both and says, "By the way, my name is Vesper." And kind of holds out her hand. Holds out her hand.
I was about to say... Okay, you will see this man. He has been walking with his wand in his hand out, like he's like he was holding the revolver. He sees her. He puts the wand in his coat. extend a hand. He says, "The county, huh? They got you pushing too many pencils, I see. Well, my name is Elnoire, and this is my companion. I will give you a time to adjust to his... and I wanna get close to her. He's kind of a weirdo, but he's cool. And yes, we know each other. Go for it."
The moment I will approach and be like, "My name is Quintin Voidspark. It's a pleasure to meet you." And do a very elaborate gesture.
I will say, "See what I mean?"
You both have kind of stepped toward her, so she does kind of have a awkward, like, not a smirk, but kind of like a okay. Takes a step back and is like, "Shall we?" And kind of points towards the door to go inside of the Silverhill Hospital.
Yeah, I will get a little bit close to Quintin, and I will say, "See, she's one of those people that doesn't like unnecessary proximity, so..."
Yeah, and you're doing that to me right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as far as you guys have knowledge of, you guys were invited to be part of an investigation. Rather, you were invited to be part of this investigation, Elnoire, and you invited Quintin to maybe assist you for this case because it did need some medical knowledge. So you, on your recent ventures, have some sort of notoriety with certain people in the town as having, you know, previous experience being a detective work. So someone has asked for a private detective to be able to investigate what is maybe something that they think is weird, but it wasn't enough that they could report it to an official authority. So they actually just reached out to you privately to kind of help them with this particular intrigue that they have.
This hospital is functional? Question.
Yes. Vesper walks inside, and once you're inside, you see this huge waiting area that you can tell is kind of for patients who come in to visit for any sort of ailments that they might have. The whole floor is ceramic. It's very, very fancy in terms of how the current era and economy is in the city, but it's understandable considering that it is one of the, I think, only hospitals within range for many miles around. So they have quite a lot of work that they have to do during the daytime. At this time, it's a little bit later in the day, so most doctors, most patients, I mean, are probably already gone for the day. They're back at their houses. You guys step inside and see there is like a small, skittish almost looking man. He's holding a mop and he's slowly mopping the floor, but you can tell that he's not really focused on cleaning. He keeps like looking around towards the door where you guys enter.
Does he look confused or...
He looks like he's waiting for someone to show up,
All right.
but maybe he's not sure. He's like kind of waiting and glancing at the door, but not really sure who he's looking for. It seems like he's just kind of keeps seeing if anyone comes in.
Is there a specific smell or just regular? Like, can I discern a different smell?
The smell is generally that you would expect from a hospital. There's smells of bleach and a very faint smell of formaldehyde, but very basic hospital smells.
Right.
Okay. I'll just walk a little bit. They use a basic formaldehyde. That's not the one I like to use. And start checking.
And what do you want to like to use?
I have my own mixture.
Sure, it smells better than good old hospital.
Enough to be a perfume, if you can tell.
Wait, are you using that now?
No, of course not. That would
Oh.
be insane.
You can see that Vesper is kind of side-eyeing you guys, taking notes, but also kind of taking a little bit of a step away from you guys.
Hey, check this out. I bet this gentleman over there, he has been told to wait for us. And I'm going to approach the gentleman and playing it cool, I will say, so, I suppose the package have arrived. And that is us. The package is us.
When you start talking to him, he kind of like winces. He looks at you. You can see that his hand immediately goes to the chest where you can see that he has like a shiny chain underneath his clothing that he's kind of grasping
Like a
at.
chainmail?
No, like
Oh,
a
no.
necklace,
Okay,
like a
okay.
necklace
Okay.
chain, that he's grasping at through, from the top of his clothing. He looks at you and says, "Yes. Who? Are you patient? Are you here for the doctor?"
Have we been informed of like a code at any point?
No, this is not like a secret code situation. You were just asked to investigate some deaths at the morgue. It was signed off by a Jeremy.
Okay.
I'm gonna gingerly grab Elnoire by the shoulders and try to move you away a little bit from this guy. And just be like,
I allowed?
you can smell a little formaldehyde.
Oh no.
And I'm gonna say, we are the investigators. You should be waiting for us.
Okay. You can see that the janitor very blatantly relaxes, lets out a deep breath, and says, "Yes. Oh, are you the detectives? Yes. Come this way." And then he kind of walks towards a room to the side. Vesper immediately starts to follow him, and walks with him to what seems to be like a small, maybe staff room. You can smell a lot of herbs when you get in here, a lot of different potions or concoctions that are clearly being brewed in this area, but all still in very base forms. It basically looks as if they were doing a ton of tea.
On the way, I want to be like, excuse me, sir. Were you under the impression that I was going to steal from you?
And he looks at you while he's very quickly going into the room, and he just says, "Ha, no, never."
Okay, I'm sure I don't need to make an insight for that.
You can if you want.
I do.
Okay, go ahead and do an insight check.
That will be a natural 1 for a total of 2.
Wow. Okay. So you look at this man who is basically shivering in front of you, and you're like, maybe he does think that I'm a scoundrel. Maybe he does. Maybe, just maybe, he actually knows who you are. Maybe he's heard of your reputation. What if he is someone who has been planted here by someone else?
Everything is connected.
This man sits down, invites you all to sit down with him.
Is this the janitor's office?
He looks at you kind of confused and says, "No, this is just a kitchen. This is just..."
Oh. And I sit down.
Okay. Vesper sits down and is sitting in a corner just taking notes this whole time, just observing. The janitor offers you guys tea from one of the many pots that are brewing in this area. He sits down, taking his own cup of tea, and starts sipping on it, looking around nervously. You notice that there's odd odors all around. Some of them smell very pungent. Some of them smell very sweet. But it's all just kind of mixing in this small environment that has very little ventilation. And he says, I am Jeremy. I am the one who reached out to Mr. Elnoire. And he just kind of looks around to see who that could be.
I will raise my hand. That will be me.
He looks at
I
you.
suppose you already knew that.
And then he just kind of looks unsure and says, yes, of course. And then
Of course.
And then he says, yes, there, I asked you here with permission of the doctor, of course. There has been a noticeable increase of deaths, which is not unusual for a hospital, clearly. I mean, people come here to die, right? But there's one employee that was recently hired. He was just an intern. And then he passed, and no one seems to think anything odd of it because everyone's like, oh, people just come here to die anyway. So that's just kind of what happens. But I don't know. I think that something else is going on. And I said, maybe we should do an extra check. And then I convinced the doctor because he wants to cover his tracks. You know how people are. They always want to they never really, so he wants to make sure that everything is on the up and up, but without making a whole scandal. So that's why we decided to go ahead and have you guys come here with an official scribe from the county just to make things, no bribery and all that. And then he's just takes another sip of his tea.
Oh,
And
correct.
I asked the name of this intern.
Yes. Alexandr.
Can I insight check this guy to see how much he's nervous that he's hiding something?
Okay, go ahead.
My insight is +6. I can read people like books, which I can read a lot, unlike real life.
Excellent.
15, that's 21.
Wow. Okay. You look at this man trying to make sense of what it is that he's trying to tell you, and you realize that this man is terrified. He is so convinced that something unusual and macabre is happening in this in his workplace. And you can see his hands are just shaking and some of his tea kind of spills, and you realize that it's just terror in his eyes and in his voice.
First of all, as far as I understand, a hospital is the way you go to not die. You've been saying that people come here to die, but I think it's the other way around. Second of all, correct me if I'm wrong, are you under the belief that this Alistair character is somehow responsible for this death?
He looks up at you with wide eyes and says, Theoretically, yes, but we must all die eventually. No, Alistair is dead. He's dead. He was found last night and we don't understand, and it's the fifth one, and that's why I said there's something weird going on. We gotta, not last night. It was, what day is it today? And then he's just kind of like, he starts counting on his hands to try to figure out how many days it's been. And he keeps like fumbling with his cup of tea while also trying to remember.
All right. Are we drinking the same tea that he is drinking?
No.
So he just served some tea and grab is it not from the same teacup, the one we are all drinking?
He gave you guys tea that was brewing, and when he poured his own tea, he got it from his own little bottle that he has.
Oh,
at his
this
side.
guy is drinking alcohol.
Would you like to check?
Yes.
Okay. Roll a perception for me. Or investigation,
perception?
whichever of the two.
Oof. Well, that will be an 11.
Okay.
Oh, I should have rolled investigation.
You can still choose to
Okay.
pick that roll for investigation.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna add 2. That will be a 13.
Okay. It doesn't take that much of a high roll. You realize that your teas smell you sniff your tea, and you smell that it's very floral. Floral smells very much like, maybe it has a little bit of a hint of cinnamon. It has some like maybe jasmine or something in it. And then you look into his teacup to see what it is that he poured in his, and you see chunks of garlic inside of his cup. And you just
Damn.
see that, and you smell it, and you can just smell almost as if he was drinking pickled garlics or something. It is quite a potent smell. And you realize that that was one of the pungent smells that you received when you came into this room.
Is there a reason why someone will choke pickled garlic like it was like freaking Fortnite juice?
Are you asking him?
No. I'm asking like the lore. Is there a reason? Like, can I make a medicine check or something, or nature?
Yeah, you could. You could choose one of those. Yeah.
I'm gonna roll nature.
You can also do history.
16.
Okay.
Okay,
as far
I'm
as
gonna
you
do
know,
history. Sorry, no.
You want to switch it to history?
What is
You can. You can switch it to history.
Okay, that will be a 19.
Okay. So, you know that there are a lot of different types of people within small towns that historically have beliefs of creatures of the night. It is not something that you guys have regularly ever seen in this small town, but you've definitely heard the myths and the stories of creatures with claws, creatures with fangs, people who drink blood to survive and maintain their youth, people who do rituals with pieces of hair, of nails, finger clips, things like that. So you feel like, knowing the historical context of a very superstitious society, that maybe this man belongs to one of them.
I will ask, in what condition did you find this Alistair fella? Perhaps exsanguinated?
Oh, he looks around at all of you and says, I didn't find him. That's something the doctor would have to provide details of. I don't know how to. All I know is that he's dead. He's just dead.
Yeah, but many people. I'm gonna be frank with you, Mr. I
Jeremy.
forgot your name. You. My apologies, Mr. Jeremy. You seem to be taking care of preparing yourself for, and correct me if I'm wrong, but perhaps some sort of vampire.
He grips his mug tighter, and he's halfway through sipping on the mug, and he just says, "Well, you just never know. You just never know, you know? Would you like some?" And then he offers the cup towards you.
Do I know if drinking pickled garlic will protect me in any way, shape, or form against a vampire?
Quintin will just look at you and say, garlic does help for the heart. So you could take it, I guess.
When he puts a cup closer to you, it is so pungent because that thing has so much garlic in it. It's very bad.
What is my constitution? Let me check my constitution. That will determine whether or not I will decline. Thank you very much.
And then he just takes back his mug and says, "You're lost," and keeps sipping on it.
Could we have a look at the body, and maybe my partner can talk to the doctor?
He stands up, does a one-shot with the cup. You can see him struggle to keep it down at that point. He's kind of like really struggling to swallow the rest of that tea. And he says, "Right this way. Of course. And then he leads you out to the hallway. Vesperda this whole time is just quietly writing little notes in her little notebook. And he leads you across the way, all the way to another office that seems to be with a much bigger, sturdier door. It's very ornate. It's very beautiful. He knocks on the door, and inside you hear a voice, a deep voice, say, "Come in." And he lets you guys in. When you guys step inside, Vesper stands to the side. You guys see this very large, ornate office. Very, very cozy office. It has a furnace. It has way more windows. It has a very large, almost mahogany table. There's papers and books scattered everywhere. You could see shelves all over the walls with just bookcases and a bunch of books. There's a very cozy area in the center where there are like seats that are very, very comfortable with a table in the center, clearly for guests. There's also a kind of a section where it seems to have like drinks, but like of a fancier caliber. And also, well, you don't see them, you just see that there's multiple doors around. And inside you see a very concentrated man, bespectacled. He's reading through reports. He's just looking through some of his notes on this beautiful desk. And then he doesn't even glance up, just says, yes, how can I help you?
I need to look at the body. We are the investigators.
This man kind of raises an eyebrow, looks up at you guys, and looks at Jeremy and kind of glares at Jeremy. Jeremy, you see, he kind of shrinks back and he's like, oh, this is what we agreed on. We were going to do an investigation just in case, just to cover any legal issues with the family. And then he was like, yes. And then he stands up, kind of motions to the chairs in front of his desk, inviting you guys to sit down.
I'll sit down.
I'll sit down. When I extend the hand and I say, there's nothing to be afraid of. We are most professionals. Plus, we have a county woman babysitting us.
And I'm still a practicing coroner.
No, we are most professional. Remember, Quintin. We are most professional. That's what we have to say.
I'm a doctor.
He kind of glances at you, Tin.
Elnoire? Oh, Quintin.
No, he's not looking at you, Elnoire. He looks at Quintin and kind of studies you and says, what education? From which of the colleges do you prescribe?
And I roll... What?
Deception.
Holy crap. Here's the thing. I don't know how much should I reveal about Quintin.
That's up to you.
That's up to me?
Yeah.
That's up to
Okay.
you.
To you.
Meta information. Quintin is made of more than one person. Because he is a reborn.
Mm-hmm.
So is there a role I can do to see if one of
History,
me,
memory.
can remember a medical school?
If you don't, it kind of depends. If your character doesn't really want to know precisely, it can decide to roll persuasion or deception, however you feel. If you do want to know, if you really do want to get into contact with one of your limbs, you could roll survival, or I think survival would be a good one.
Okay. First, I want to roll survival to see if genuinely I can think of something. 17 for survival.
You close your eyes and start to hum, and you start to feel a tingling in your left foot. You feel like a strain of tiredness. You push back into the memories of this limb and feel hours and hours and hours of being on foot, of walking around, of having to stay standing. And you get the sensation of cold floors, a very stiff tension in your leg. And you feel, because your limbs can't really talk to you,
Yeah.
you do feel the moment in which your limb is chopped off. And there are moments of clarity in the pain of being a war veteran, an emergency doctor in a field. And that's the closest that you can get. You can't get a specific school from where this limb went to, but you can feel the age and the years of expertise and the eventual misfortune and trauma that led to you being able to have this limb on you.
Okay, then on that case, I'm just gonna give a little touch to the visible gun I have on my thigh and just say mostly I serve during service.
You see the doctor, his eyes glisten a little and he just nods. Doesn't ask any further questions with a small just glint in his eye. And he says, well, thank you for your service. And we are very glad to have you with us here today. Would you like some tea?
We had some.
Okay.
What may be your name, sir? Excuse me? My name is Elnoire. This is my companion.
He's just staring at you until you finish that sentence. He kind of says, yes, Elnoire. My apologies. I am Dr. Richard. You can call me Ricky, as it is a name that those familiar with me tend to use. A pleasure to meet you both.
Pleasure to meet you.
Quintin.
Right. So I see that Jeremy requested a private investigation. To start with, I would like to make sure that this is all under utmost, apart from the transcriptions and records that the city may require to ensure that there is no underhanded treatment happening. He just glances at Vesper.
Oh.
And I want to ensure that this will not cause any great concern for our institution.
Of course. As for our contract, we guaranteed privacy. Yeah, as for our contract, we guaranteed privacy, and all the information will be kept between us. Of course, unless illegal activities are found, in which case we have to inform the authorities. But other than that, everything we find will be kept in secrecy.
Inform the authorities, you say, and he glances at Jeremy, and Jeremy just kind of shrinks back more. And he says, I had the understanding that we were dealing with those not particularly invested with the authorities of this city.
You are 100% correct in this aspect. However, there is a limit in which we can exercise our freedoms. So if there is blatant crime occurring, not much we can do about it. Like
he kind of leans forward and puts both his hands in front of him, leaning towards you, and says, what does blatant mean to you?
Can I do an insight to this guy?
Yeah, I want to do an insight too.
Oh,
Sure. Go ahead.
Because this guy is so
shady
easy.
does it look?
Okay, 16 and 9. You are, Quintin, you are mesmerized by the wall behind him. There are so many books that you've maybe never even seen before, languages that you've never read, even know where they come from, and you kind of are listening to what this doctor is saying, but your mind is kind of split on where your attention span is directed. At the same time, Elnoire, you are looking at this doctor. He just seems to be... You've met this type of person in the city before. This is very common type of personality that you've seen. You've got this guy profiled and pegged immediately. He just wants to make sure that his hospital doesn't have any problems. He doesn't really care about what you guys are doing. He doesn't agree with this investigation. He thinks maybe it's useless. He just doesn't want you guys coming in here, messing things up for his day-to-day life.
I'm going to tell him, all right, sir, here's the deal. Best case scenario, nothing is wrong, and we simply leave. Nothing will come out of it. Worst case scenario, there is a problem. And my priorities are to solve this problem. I have no interest into, let's say, getting your ass. I'm sure you will be interested into keeping this place top notch. And this is why we're here.
He looks at you and says, well, seeing as you are the problem solvers, I assume a worst case scenario, we get it solved right here, right now, without needing any external interference beyond what we've contracted you to do.
Oh, please, don't even get me started on... And I'm going to, take a quick glance at Vesper and look back at him. The pesky police interference.
Vesper just glances up at you and keeps taking notes.
Elnoire,
Much helpful she is.
why don't you start checking the body with Vesper? I still have some questions about medicine.
Well, to be frank, when it comes to dead individuals, you are the one that knows more than me, so...
Right, but how about... Do you really need...
I'll do that. I'll prepare the scene. Go ahead and ask your questions. If you are, and I point at at Richie, and I will say, if you are allowing us to check the body.
He kind of glances between you two and says, well, there's certain protocol. We can't just let you go in there alone, but I'm more than happy to answer any questions. To get straight into it, this is quite an exaggeration. People die every day, but we have had a series of deaths over the past month, maybe a little bit more than is normal statistically for the town. Usually we find a lot of elders maybe have come to the end of their journey, but this last one is a little bit more, you could say, unique in the sense that it was my attendant at the morgue. He was preparing to become a full-time attendant just out of college. Andy basically was found in the morgue by myself and my nurse some 3 days ago. We wanted to make sure that we could bury him as quickly as possible. Well, this burial is supposed to happen tomorrow. His family has already been informed. It simply was, just hazard of the job. It's simply, passed out.
Was this Andy fellow exsanguinated?
No. What do you mean? I don't know. He lost blood. That's for sure. He definitely lost blood. Yes.
You see Elnoire grab his notes and make an X. Well, that takes care of that.
I do need to check the bodies. The bodies.
Okay. Right. Right this way. And he kind of gets up and starts leading you guys past a door. He goes towards one door, and then there's a huge staircase that you guys see going downstairs. And you guys will come upon this door. It's closed. It's very metallic. You guys come inside. Vesper stays very close to the door. She's not really interested in going much further than this. She's a chronicler. She doesn't really deal with contact. So she's kind of, you can see she's a little bit pale and kind of not very happy about this. She has like a
Handsome
little
pusher.
perfume, like a little bag that has herbs inside that smells, that she keeps putting towards her nose so that she doesn't have to smell the formaldehyde. Oh my god, what is this word? The stupid freaking
Formaldehyde.
chemical!
Formaldehyde.
Formaldehyde. Can we find easier words for this, guys? Please, medical community? Jesus Christ.
Embalming
liquid.
chemicals.
The embalming liquid.
The embalming chemicals overflow as soon as you guys enter this area. You see a ton of medical equipment around here. There is a sink where many of the procedures happen, where they do drain the body of certain things. And there's books that talk, many more books in this area that are mostly about the anatomy of the human, embalming, burials, things like that, hygiene, all of that. And then on the other side is more like things to tinker. There's little powders. You just see liquids. There's, the knife set for the procedures that they have to do. There's drainage underneath. You could see that there are quite a few bodies that are already prepared, but these are not, you can't really identify them since they're all covered. The doctor goes and walks up to the one of them in the, let's say, middle that isn't wrapped. This is more of a visual. This is an exact copy of what it looks like, by the way. It's not that many bodies. The doctor walks up to one of them and pulls back the cover. And in this spot, you see the body of a very young, very fresh looking young adult guy, very pale skin, and he is yours for review. The doctor just kind of goes around, says basic protocols: do not cut into the body, don't touch it. You can observe it, do not touch it. You cannot harm this body.
Okay.
It's set already for burial, I believe.
Can I
You
do
also,
an investigation without touching the body?
yes, of course.
All right, that's what I want to do. That sucks. 13.
You have seen bodies before, so this isn't something completely new for you. You see where the doctor has made the typical incisions to do a basic checkup. You can see that this body has been on this table. It hasn't been prepared for the burial yet, so they haven't done that whole process. But it's already clean and ready to basically go through that procedure.
With your permission, I actually do need to, quotation mark, poke the body. As a coroner, of course.
He kind of looks at you, and with the same glint in his eye, he just kind of does a soft nod, kind of indicating you can, but be careful. Don't be extreme.
Elnoire, could you investigate the murder area? Or did he die here, in the morgue?
We found him in the morgue, says
All right.
the doctor.
Elnoire will do the hand, the knuckle cracking thing, and he will say, "Well, you do your thing, I'll do mine."
Yes. I will now investigate the body.
Okay, go ahead and roll
But
for
are you
me.
going to investigate it or medicine it?
I'm gonna medicine
you-
this guy.
Okay, I'm going to investigate the room.
Okay.
You do first.
Both of you roll for me.
I got a 17 plus 6. That's a bajillion.
I got an 8.
Oh no! Oh no!
and it's good. My investigation is good. I just rolled below
Okay.
5.
We're gonna do yours first, Fox. So you're looking around, you're starting to walk around. In this moment, you notice that in one of the corners by the desk, top left, you see that there is maybe something that you guys hadn't even noticed before because you hadn't really looked around when you entered. You just see that there's a very small, plump woman who has been tinkering around with the powders on this area. You can see that she's preparing something. You guys hadn't really noticed her at first because she's very quiet. She has dark, almost grayish uniform down here. And you are so shocked by seeing that there's someone else in this room with you guys that you just kind of don't really investigate. Oh. You just kind of look at her like, oh, there's someone here. Quintin, you look at the body. You are slowly going over the incisions that the doctor made. You see that he has done a professional job at making sure that this body is properly prepared to be prepared for the burial. You do look through the hands. You don't see any markings on the hands. You look at the feet, at the toes. You see that the feet are a little bit worn, probably because this was a student that was recently going into the working field, into the working class. He's had to have many hours of preparation. So similar to your own feet or foot, you know, he has some calluses where he just hasn't had much time to do self-care. His fingertips, they don't have any markings. Maybe there's a little bit of ink on them from moments where he's had to write. You look at his eyes. You don't see anything particularly, no difference in colors. In fact, oddly enough, this looks like it could be a very healthy young man. And you start to question, well, it's been 3 days. And yet his skin is still pretty optimal considering everything. There seems to be almost no change. You look into the mouth, into the teeth. Everything is normal. There's no change in the tongue to suggest poisoning. The throat is not charred to suggest different types of poisons. The nostrils, you look through them and you see a little bit of maybe black inside. You wipe a little bit with a tool, not your finger, gross. And you see that it maybe seems to be very coagulated, dried blood. And you start to question what is happening. As you move further up, you see the hair is smooth, it's totally normal. But then you see that there was maybe some sort of incision, and you kind of look behind the head at the nape of the neck, and you see that there seems to be some odd wounds? Sorry?
Puncture wounds?
No.
Oh
no, you actually see a scientifically odd conundrum. The skull is open, but there's nothing inside.
Oh, damn. I know what this is.
Are you sure?
Well, my character doesn't.
Do you though? I feel like you've thought this three different things. There's nothing inside. And you think, usually there should be something gray and slimy in here. And that's what you find.
Oh, very interesting. Very healthy. Missing a very important part. The brain. I say as I look at Elnoire.
He's missing the brain? Is it I will ask, did it magically disappear or was it subtracted?
There seems to be an incision behind the skull, but not bruises. So this person either gave up or didn't even notice that it happened. This is the exact state you found the body, right?
Other than the preparations we've done, you know, our embalmer, our nurse, we've also had our coffin maker have to take measurements. We've had a couple of processes that we've already done before you guys got here.
Yeah, I would say like the removal of his brain wasn't your doing?
Mine personally, no. Why I don't really listen. I do a basic check, I write up the paperwork, and that's it. This is a pretty normal case. This is not something... A
normal case?
Yes, people die all the time. You know, the kids these days, you know, they just kind of do things, do their shenanigans. Who knows what he stuck his fingers into. And, you know, this is what immaturity tends to create. So
Well,
there's not much that you
I
can
will.
expect from it. Of course, we also have our other associates here that do the preparations. Maybe one of them did something, but I don't think so because it's not protocol. But regardless, I mean, you know how these situations go. Sometimes stress, it's too much for them. The poor kid barely was able to hold a
Brain inside his
Listen.
head.
Let me ask you something, though.
You get it. He looks at you when you say that.
Let me ask you this. Is it part of the protocol that if someone dies in the morgue, he is unattended and left for a kid, according to your own description, to come in without any supervision and open and take out a brain? Or is this something specific to these bodies?
Yeah, I'm
And you
sorry,
are-
Quentin. I think what he's saying is that this person, being an immature kid, somehow stuck his fingers somewhere, and that resulted in him losing his head, his brain.
If he even had one to begin with.
I
All
guess
right.
not everyone has one. I say as I look away from Ricky.
He
Into
says
the other
clearly and looks down at the body.
Can I look
I
at
will-
the oldest bodies?
Those were already
Oh,
sent
yeah.
to be buried. They were already buried, and then he turns to the nurse and says, "They were already buried, correct?" And she looks at you guys and says, "Yes, sir. They were already sent to be buried. Hi, my name is Nancy. Nice to meet you all. How are you guys? It's such unfortunate circumstances." And then the doctor kind of interrupts her and says, "They were already buried." He kind of waves her off and says, "They were already buried, so we only have this one."
I guess you are right. There doesn't seem to be that much to look at, but just to make sure, I would like to check out the room.
He opens his arms wide and says, "This is it. This is where he was found. I don't understand what more you guys need. It's an open and shut case. All of this is just paperwork. He's dead. It doesn't even matter anymore. We're gonna bury him tomorrow morning,
Mr.
and that's it. Case
Okay.
closed. There is no case. It's just a normal death. We already informed the family."
Dr. Richie. For
Ricky.
I apologize. Dr. Ricky.
Unfortunate.
Everything that everything that may appear open and close, shut for you, for us as the investigators, is our job to rectify this, to verify this. That's the word that I meant to say. To verify this. Therefore, we need to make questions. Even though if it's for you logical some way, we still have to get there by ourselves. This is why
He walks
need
up
to-
to you, getting close to your face, and says, "There is nothing to close. We hired you to cover our missing links. The kid is already
Okay, I'm
dead.
going to-
There's nothing left
Right.
for you to do except to sign off on this paper." And he shoves like a clipboard with a piece of paper on it that kind of just says, and basically an audit or an investigation was done. Cleared. Get out of here.
Okay, I'm going to inside him his demeanor, because he seems to just want, like, we are getting like closer to find clues, and he's like pushing us away. So I'm trying to understand what is happening here.
Okay, go ahead and roll for me.
That's a 9.
9. You are a cop, so you do have like a natural reading on people. You already read that this guy is just making sure that his money is still going to be around the next day, you know, that he isn't going to get into any annoying legal work with the family of this kid.
Can I
He
add
doesn't
something?
seem to be like pushing you away in a suspicious way. He's pushing you away in a I don't have time for this bull crap. I want to go home. It's the end of the day. I'm just tired type of way.
I'm gonna say, Mr. Ricky, I understand how easy it will be to sign this and everyone goes home. However, I invite you to think of this, a different scenario. Well, exactly that scenario. We sign, we leave, everything's fine. The next day, another body is found. It is normal because this is a hospital. People die here all the time. But the next day, 2 people are found. And the next day, 3 and 4 and 5. And on until someone that is not interested into solving this case, but is interested into shutting this place down, they are going to shut this place down. It is easier that way.
I would like to put it in a way that you can understand it better. Maybe tomorrow you can be found here.
He kind of
snap.
looks
Well-
between you both, has a little smirk on his face, and kind of scoffs and says, "You two have been hanging around Jeremy too much. Had a little bit too much of that tea of his, haven't you? There's nothing suspicious or nefarious happening here. They're just dead.
And
That's it."
would you bet your life? Would you bet your life?
Yes, I probably would.
I want to cast a spell now.
Okay. What spell would that be?
Detect magic.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to look up what this does. Okay. You turn on Detect Magic and are flashbanged. This place has concoctions, it has potions, it has items that have been meshed with magic. Like, magic isn't super prominent in this world, but it's not scarce either. They do use magic to do their jobs. You see magic everywhere. You see all types of magic. You see abjuration, divination, evocation. You see necromancy, transmutation, conjuration. You see basically all the schools of magic. There are a ton of items around you from a variety of different schools of magic.
Okay. Can I sense something specific from the body?
It says that you would see a faint aura around any visible creature or objects. You're seeing auras around bodies, yes, around tools, around books, around knives, around the tinctures, around, again, like maybe 70 to 80% of the things in this room.
Can I look at... There's like draining pipes underneath
Yes.
the bodies, right?
Yeah.
Now, without the detect magic, just can I see any markings of entering or leaving through them?
You don't even have to roll for this. This place is pretty clean. It's for being a morgue, they have to keep it sanitary. The bodies, there's no fresh ones that they're working on at this moment. The freshest one is the one that you are looking at right now. So the drainage is there, but it's clean.
The police haven't. I will say this: the police haven't checked the bodies.
No, there's no crime.
The autopsy is to determine whether or not there's a crime, and you have determined that there is no crime.
He kind of scoffs
Even
at
though
you
there's-
and looks at Quintin and says, "We do it on request of the family, and we can do it in our own decision to see what it was that killed him. We had to do toxicology, but nothing came through." Of course, you would know that. And then he kind of looks at Quintin, scoffing at
But this is
Elnoire.
yeah, this is my problem. This is my problem. You found that the man had no brain inside his head, and you determined that there was nothing suspicious about it.
No. It's obviously caused by stress and not being able to handle the workload. The guy clearly couldn't handle what was happening to him. Mind you guys, keep a context that this isn't modern day medicine.
I will point at Quintin. I will point at Quintin now that I saw that he casted the spell. I will be like, is he under my control?
Only his own brainless.
Do you
Mine.
think he thinks? Do you think he believes what he's saying about the losing your brain from stress?
I think he's forcing himself to believe.
This is interesting. I will approach the assistant, the nurse,
The nurse.
and I will ask her. Pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Nancy. I am Elnoire. We are here to investigate this. I want to ask you if you have. What are your thoughts on this body, brainless body?
While he talks to the nurse, can I distract the doctor I wanna grab some of the tools and be like, how do you get these tools? Like, these are latest models.
Okay, so the doctor, he glances at Elnoire. He's not stopping you from talking to anyone. He's not gonna barricade you out. He just kind of rolls his eyes, looks at you, Quintin, walks over to you with you to the knives, and starts kind of explaining to you where he was able to find these knives, considering that he also acknowledges that it's not very easy to find this equipment in a small town. He kind of starts talking about his travels, about all of the different research that he's done, investigative journals that he's collaborated with other people, including the research of new sciences when it comes to the spirits of man and the effects that it can have, especially when it pertains to the new generation. He's kind of focusing on this kid, basically the backing, because he is a scientific man after all, the backing of the thoughts and experiments of certain personalities not being apt for certain fields, not being apt for certain roles, and simply, you know, the consequences that could happen if you try to steer from your lane a little too much.
Holy crap.
And he is having this conversation while Elnoire decides to talk to the nurse, Nancy. She turns to you and says, "Hi, Sugar. Yes, of course. How can I help you with this investigation? Anything that I can do?" You can see that she stops midway from preparing like different concoctions and stuff for in like little jars and stuff. She says, "How can I help you?"
What do you think of this? Do you think he lost his brain accidentally or something
She kind
else?
of puts her hand on the top of her chest and says, "Oh my gosh, he was such a sweetheart. Oh, he will be missed dearly. It was so unfortunate that he was found the way that he was. No one even saw anything. We just simply arrived, me and Dr. Ricky, and the first thing we see is he was just there on the floor. We thought at first he was asleep. Maybe he was too tired, but he was just not moving and he didn't react. The doctor did a study. He checked the body and said he was passed. And I don't know. I'm not a doctor myself, you know. I can only assume that whatever the doctor diagnoses is the correct, the correct prescription. Like, I'm not sure. Oh, the family was so sad. It was so difficult. Oh, you must be used to this, though. You must see this all the time.
Let's ignore what the doctor believes at this moment.
We can't do that.
Nurse.
He's a professional in this field. He's the one who tells us what is what in here. We can't just put away the authority. If you take out the authority, what do you have left? Just chaos. You can't simply just ignore what an expert says. You know, that's a very dangerous field you're running into.
His memories from like getting ordered around in the police department, he gets like irritated and he says, "I understand what you are coming from, yet we are individuals. We have our own discernment. Do we not?"
Oh,
I'm
but
sure you are
discernment
learned
is a
individual.
wonderful thing. Individual thought is a wonderful thing, but it has no room when it comes to a professional environment. I'm sure a man such as yourself would understand. There are things that are simply best left for the experts to decide. And she kind of glances at the doctor and looks back at you.
Okay. Of course, yes, of course. While she's saying this, I will grab from my notebook, and I will put my notebook in front of her with a pencil, and it has a question. Tell me what. Well, not a question. Tell me what you really think. It says.
Also, you would probably be over here because this is where she's at.
Of course, yes.
And
I
I love the knife that your little fox has. Vesper has probably wandered towards you because she probably started hearing this conversation and decided to slowly walk this way.
Anyone who looks at Quintin can see the right hand's fingers caressing the pistol.
Yeah, like Django.
She grabs a notebook and says, "Right here, what you really think. Oh, sweetie, there's no need for that. She shuts the notebook and gives it back to you. And she says, she puts an arm on your shoulder and taps it and says, oh, that's not necessary. We're a pretty open family here. We don't have to hide any of these things. There's just a clear hierarchy here that we maybe, we should let the people who do the things that that they've studied to do, And then she turns around, grabs a little candy, like it's like a little chocolate jar that she has, and she grabs it and kind of puts it in your hand, and says, "Don't you worry, dearie. I'm sure you're doing the best that you can. But honestly, we just saw the body as it was, and the others that the Dr. Ricky mentioned. There was 4 others, and poor Alexandr, his family was so distraught, and the others were like a little bit more of like varied, there's just kind of, I kind of agree with the doctor. It doesn't make any sense where Jeremy always says, oh, there's a pattern, oh, there's evil things lurking. But I keep saying that, things just kind of, time comes for us all, And then you're interrupting her.
Yeah, I will point at the floor and I will say, "What is that?" And if she looks down on the floor, I will look at the back of her neck to see if I see the same.
Okay, can you roll an investigation or perception?
That's a nice one. That is a 22.
She does look down naturally because you're saying, "What is this?" She looks down, doesn't have anything on the back of her head. She has a bun. She has her hair tied up. Very, very neat. Very, very clean, as it would be expected from a nurse. You don't want to be having hairs go into like a concussion and messing everything up, right? You can clearly see the back of her neck. There's nothing there. She's very, no scars, no nothing. Just normal skin. What is what, sweetie? I'm not sure what are you... What?
I will like, without paying any more attention to her, I will lean to Vesper and I will say, well, her brain is inside her head still. What do you think? Mind control? Some sort of spell?
Vesper is trying not to vomit. She is focusing on her notebook, taking notes of what she hears, and you can see that she looks very peaked. She's struggling. Okay, so she'll just kind of like do a small little smile, like.
She's still talking, the doctor?
He's just rambling on about all of his travels, his studies, his books, just rambling.
I will get close and in like a lower voice be like, have you ever heard about reanimating a body?
He kind of stops at that, looks in your direction, and says, well, that's kind of a blasphemous little topic you have there.
It is in certain circles.
In our circles, in only savage lands would they actually think to do anything of that nature.
I am not talking about necromancy magic. I'm talking about scientific minds.
Scientific minds. Expand on what you mean.
What if I could show you the results of something made not from magic, but from science?
Resurrection? In what way? It would depend on the parameters. Ever a curious mind. You can see that the doctor is definitely intrigued by what you're saying.
Let's say I know of one case, and I wouldn't mind sharing my discoveries. Of course, I do need a trading of information. Let's say sharing our investigations.
Sharing what type of investigation?
Well, officially this is my job. So I do have to give a very detailed report about everything we see. But you could be making a really big discovery, let's say, scientific discovery.
Go on. He's very interested.
He is covered head to toe to the neck with clothes.
Okay.
Completed, like fully. he will remove, like very slowly remove the glove on the right hand and show that it is a different tone, different skin tone. And moving a little bit the sleeve up, the wrist, you can see the stitching.
You
Do
can
I
see
see
this.
this?
Yes, you can see that.
Don't
Uh,
I will interject. Don't show him the little accident you had, Quintin. This is not time for sharing this type of things. And I will cast message, which is a little cantrip
Okay.
where I whisper something that only he can hear,
Okay.
and he can reply to me, and I will. It will be only me, the one who can hear it.
Okay.
I will message him. These people are completely out of their minds, both of them. I wouldn't suggest to reveal secrets.
Oh, right, I can respond. I would say he is an idiot, but he is greedy.
All right.
Dr. Ricky looks at you. You kind of showed the hand and a bit of the arm, but not much more. And he kind of squints and is trying to understand what it is that you're trying to show him. Because right now he maybe thinks, oh, like a skin disease, right? And he starts to look closer and is kind of starts talking about different like moles or that you can have that cover an entire area, or like a skin mutation that maybe has different colors. And then he just kind of says, yes, I've heard talks of this. Usually it represents a curse of some sort. Usually this seems to be related to some sort of witchcraft by your parents, maybe?
Put my glove up. I don't want to do something crazy like taking my hand off to show that.
I mean, you said you're showing the stitching.
Yeah.
Oh, he just assumes that that's like you mentioned an accident, so he was like, I guess it's an accident.
Maybe it's time to look at the cemetery, wherever the other bodies are.
Okay, so you tell Ricky that you want to check out the other bodies. He says, right. They are buried, like I mentioned. But we can definitely have our coffin maker talk to you guys. We can show you where the coffin maker is.
Yes.
Did the other bodies present the same brainless condition?
We didn't check. Those families didn't bother to ask, so that we just buried them for natural causes that they had. You know, bakers tend to don't wash their hands. You know how they are, common folk. So no, we only were requested to do a bit of more investigation on little Alfred here. You know, so we just didn't really bother with the rest, but the others are buried. But I can escort you to the coffin maker if we're done here, or I can ask the coffin maker to come here. Jeremy! And then you realize that Jeremy has been kind of standing in the room, in the corner of the room, not entering, but like right outside of it, still shaking. Jeremy comes in and says, yes, sir. And he says, can you tell Carly to come here? And he says, right away. And then he runs up, scattering. You could just hear the little pit-pat of the feet, and asks Carly to come. Before she gets there, is there anything you guys want to do?
Can I look? I'm guessing these are embalming stuff, products and everything. Can I check for hidden passages or...
So you can
never-
do a perception check.
It's an 8. That's 11.
You can't see any like hidden rooms or anything. You do notice that there's like a stock room maybe area in between some of the desk and the chair. There's like a door there that you can just open, and it is a room that you can go in. Not portrayed. Again, I didn't have enough time, guys. Sorry. There is another like stock room area that you can walk into next to, like, adjacent to the morgue.
All right. If I see this, I will definitely take a peek.
Is there anything that you're looking for? Do you want to do an investigation or just...
I'm gonna do another investigation.
Okay.
Come on, baby. Come on. Please don't be bad. Please don't be bad. Oh, it's awful. 14.
There's a lot of stuff in this stock room. Things for like dressings, injections, liquids that you are not really sure what they do. You see notebooks. You see random knickknacks, items, other pieces of like maybe bones, skulls, like in jars, in bottles, just random little pieces of like what seems to be a heart, what seems to be like a spleen, things like that. Just kind of in certain areas of this stock room.
Okay, nothing suspicious, out of place.
For you as an ex-cop, it just looks like medical stuff. You don't know. It's just doctor things.
I guess I'll just wait for the coffee.
Okay, so Carly comes down the stairs. You can see that she has very black eyes, black hair. She's very stout. Like you can see that she's a woodworker, you know, coffins are made of wood. She works with them a lot. She also does metal work. So she's pretty well built. She comes in and says, you asked for me. And then the doctor says, yes, these fine folks will have some questions for you. I guess I'm not sure what it is that they want, but they wanted to see your work, I guess, of the last couple of folks that were buried. And she's like, well, they are 6 feet underground by now, so I'm not sure I can really show you that. She glances at you guys.
Well, perhaps just your knowledge can serve.
Sure. Lay it on me. What can I do for you folks?
So you work with these people. You took their measurement. You saw them from up close, correct?
Well, I see everyone up close. The last cases were, what, like 3 weeks ago? Maybe a month ago? It's been a while since we've had to bury people. Like, we haven't really...
Is there something of noteworthy that you have seen in your last works?
Noteworthy. She kind of takes... You see that she has like a measuring tape that she unrolls. It's one of those like flexible ones. She unrolls it and it's kind of like putting on the ground, and you see her pulling it up and unrolling it to your height. And she is kind of looking at the numbers, and you see her take a little note in the little tiny notepad that she has.
What the hell?
And then she says, something noteworthy. What do you mean, noteworthy? What does that mean? I'm not sure. Oh, I see we have a new one today. And she looks over at the body and says, I guess I'll have finally some preparations I can make.
Precisely. This new one happens to be missing his brain. The current theory by the doctor and the nurse is that he lost it because of stress.
That's a dangerous thing. That's a terrible thing to go missing. And then she kind of walks towards where Quintin is and unrolls the measurement as well and takes a little note in her notebook.
Do you have questions, Quintin?
Where are they missing the brains?
Oh, I'm just the woodworker, my friend. I don't touch the bodies. The embalmer and the doctor and the nurse do. I just kind of make the boxes and put them in the ground. And then she's like measuring from shoulder to shoulder on you.
I will cast message again towards Quintin, and I will tell him. I will say everyone here is crazy. I think if we want to actually investigate, we have to do it out of working hours.
It might be the better idea.
All right, I will approach the doc, and I will like do the hand motion to give me the freaking
paper. He hands it to you.
Yeah, the paper. I will sign it.
Okay. Vesper's looking around very confused because a second ago you guys were all mad and now you're like, let's just go. So she's like, okay. Yep. She's just taking her notes. The Carly is walking up to Vesper and taking her measurement as well.
What the hell is happening? What is happening? What is happening in Elnoire's brain is like, whoa, what's going on? What is happening? What, the tea? Is it the tea?
Are you asking, or are you just thinking that?
No. He's keeping his composure. Like, everything's fine. So,
Okay.
it has been a interesting night. However, it's getting late for us, so we must indeed depart.
Ricky basically says, finally, takes the signed paper from you and walks out, and he just walks away. The nurse stands up and she says, "Oh, I'll take you guys out. I'll help you guys on your way." Jeremy steps in and says, "No, I'll take care of it." And then the coffin maker Carly, she looks at you both and with a very endearing smile says, "I'll see you guys later." And
let's hope not too close.
Not too soon. You get it. And then she just like laughs and goes up to the body and starts taking measurements of that as well. Are you guys leaving?
Yes. If we are out of these three people's earshot, I will tell I will wait until that moment where he is like taking us outside, and I will tell him, "Well, Mr. Jeremy, I
Before
do
you can
that there is
finish,
something...
Jeremy comes close to you and grabs you by the shoulders and says, you cannot leave me here. We don't know. There's nothing. You've done nothing. What do you mean? You succumbed to the doctor without even trying. We don't know.
Please calm down.
We don't know what's going to
calm down.
happen. It's been back-to-back deaths for the past 2 weeks. I don't understand why you aren't doing anything about it. Why did we pay you for this? Are you that bad? Are you that simple?
Listen.
Did I make a mistake in my investigations of who to hire?
I will smack him. I will smack him in the face.
Roll to hit him.
Unarmed, that will be a 6.
To hit?
Yeah.
He has a broom, and with the wood part of the broom, just smacks your hand before you can hit him.
Well, I'm gonna be like, well, I guess I'm glad I got you to calm down.
Is this the professional work that we hired? Really? Quite a disappointment,
yes,
I must say so.
I am trying to talk to you. You need to let me speak please. What I have learned during this small interaction that we have is that the doctor is completely uninterested into what actually happened. So is the nurse. I think they don't care. They don't want to. But there is definitely something suspicious here. The problem being is that if we try to move on with these people, looking at every action that we take, they will make us. They like at the end of the day, this is their workplace. This is their. We are here like out of our league. If they decide to just kick us out, I'm afraid legally we are bound to oblige. However, and this must stay between us, my plan is to, and like I'm talking like very quietly just for him, my plan is to sneak here after hours, because I agree with you, there is something going on.
There's possibilities. I know that there are creatures. There are creatures out there that can make you not see things. That can make you not understand things. And you see that he's now clutching a mixture of a cross, a rosary, garlic. He has what seems to be salt in one hand and is just looking around everywhere very nervously.
Hold on. Okay, now I'm starting to think that maybe they're not crazy. Maybe they are like legitimately being manipulated, and this man is the only sane person here.
And he says, "But if you, I can withhold another night. We can do this. Oh, we can do this. Tonight, you say. It's already after the night is already happening. By the way, you guys got here after hours already, so evening. It's already getting nighttime because of how long you guys have been doing this investigation." He's like, "Well, you could come back in a couple hours, I guess, if we make it till then."
Well, we could hide. Is there a place for us to hide to wait for the doctor and the nurse to leave?
They live here. Their rooms are here.
That makes everything even more interesting.
But they go to bed early. Can
you make a tea
Sleeping.
to make them help?
Yeah.
I'm not a potion master, but I can try. I'm just a janitor. I'm not a cook. But I can certainly try.
Can I try to make a mixture?
That might be a good idea. And then he leads you to the kitchen.
Okay, I'll do that. Can I
Yeah.
do a medical potion to make them sleep?
Thinking back, while you do that, thinking back on the interactions that we had with the doctor and the nurse, thinking back on it, can I discern if there was like something like obscuring their minds? Because for me it's like very clear that there's something is off.
Wouldn't I have been able to detect it with detect magic if they were being controlled or something?
There's no enchantment influence minds. There was no enchantment magic.
Okay, so they are just weird.
Hold on, I have to double check
I
something.
was so hoping they was like, yeah, mind control. Because that will explain why the guy believed, because when I did the 16 insight, he was perfectly, like, he was just normal. He just wanted to make sure that nothing, like, we wouldn't bother him, we wouldn't bother the hospital, the safety of the hospital and stuff.
Yeah.
But then he went out of the deep end, and that got me confused. And no enchantment.
No enchantment on anything or anyone.
Okay, can I do the potion? A medical potion?
Yeah, you can do. I would say that's medicine. I guess medicine.
Yeah. 15. That is 21.
Okay, yeah. You make in an alarmingly proficient way, you make a sleeping potion. Yes. It will knock someone out so potently and immediately.
I move it away from everyone. Just like, give them some tea with this. A couple of drops.
You're giving this to the janitor?
Yeah.
Okay. The janitor gets the cups, and you see that he's trembling. So the cups are going, and he like starts walking out. And he's like, "Okay, I'll do the best that I can. Don't tell him that. Don't tell him it's a sleeping potion. Don't tell him it's a sleeping potion." He's walking across the area towards where the doctor is.
Do you have calm emotions, Quintin?
I have a pistol.
Okay, that doesn't.
I'll. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I wanna grab 2 other teas, put potion, go to the janitor and tell him, you know what? It's not a good idea. Just give them these 2 teas instead of those ones.
Okay, he's convincing the janitor that he's like.
That he's gonna give them regular tea.
Normal tea. Yeah, but in reality, he's giving spiced tea.
Okay. Still shaking, because the shaking is not from... Oh, she has... Okay, Vesper speaks up and says, I have calm emotions. If you need a calm emotions, I have it.
Oh, please, by all means. let's calm our companion over here, because he's about to fall over.
Okay. She takes out a lute. And the janitor looks at her kind of like, what is happening? And she says, starts singing, don't stop me now. Don't stop me now. 'Cause we're having a good time, having a good time.
Having a good time.
And you see that the face between confusion and like wonder, he slowly starts to calm down and his shaking stops and he kind of has a little smile on his face and he starts jauntering off with a little skip in his step and goes to, you just see him go towards the doctor's office, and I assume you guys wait for his return. Anything you guys are doing while he's gone?
Wait, yeah, I'm going to investigate this room, the janitor's room.
Okay. Roll an investigation. Is there anything in particular you're rolling for?
Jesus Christ, it doesn't matter.
Wait.
9.
Friend, what's happening?
I don't know. I haven't rolled above a 10 this entire.
Quintin, are you doing anything?
Is it too late to give him bless?
Oh, he's already gone.
No, don't. Yeah, no. Oh, wait.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter.
Then just checking the material here, brewing stuff, to see that nothing is weirder than just the garlic tea or anything.
Okay. Do you want to do this in a medicine, investigation? What are you looking for?
I guess investigation +0, so this is raw. Oh, it went
Natural
to 18
one.
and kept rolling like one tick more, and it's 2. So 2.
2.
Oh boy.
That's the thing.
You, having brewed such a wonderful concoction, you don't realize that you are maybe getting a whiff of it as well. And you're kind of hazy and you're kind of dopey. So you're kind of like humming the song that Vesper was doing to yourself. And you're just kind of in a hypnotic trance, just looking at all the colors in the room and very relaxed. And suddenly you guys hear the
Elnoire.
door open and Jeremy comes back, still very relaxed. And he, this has been like 20-ish minutes. You can tell that he's probably given the tea, offered it at least. You don't know if they've drunk it. The tea to all of the staff within these halls.
Well, I will take away I have like a like velvet gloves. I take them off and I switch them for like this leather glove that are obviously like for work. The other ones are for show. These ones are for work. And I'll say, now we can start.
Okay. Do you guys wait at all, or do you just decide to go for it?
Did they drink? I will ask the guy. Did they drink the tea?
He says, I handed it to them.
I guess we should wait for another hour.
How much time does these concoctions last?
Considering it's a really powerful one, I'm gonna just do a DM call here and say it's like NyQuil. It's gonna last all night. You zombie
All right.
out.
Yeah, we can wait for an hour. We can wait for an hour.
Okay. Do you do anything within that hour, or do we just skip ahead?
I try to spin my gun and drop it immediately.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm still numb
Yeah.
and sleepy.
Was the safety on?
It doesn't have bullets yet.
Okay.
It's gonna spin it and put bullets.
Okay.
Okay. While
Um,
we wait, we can skip it. But while we wait, I'm just gonna be eyes open to see if I see some movement in the hall.
okay. You don't see any movement in the hall during this time. An hour passes by. And after an hour's time, Jeremy just kind of says, what is it that you guys are going to want to do?
Well,
what are we doing? what is
plan
the
to-
plan?
Yeah, I wasn't truly able to freely investigate the room. I want to check everything. I want to check the doctor's office just in case.
Okay. We can do the doctor's office. Surely, yes.
All right.
So
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Given that I don't need to be careful, to be fast, can I investigate the room again?
What room?
Like the room that I already the
Yeah.
one below the. All right.
Yeah.
So I want to do that too.
This would be a
And
separate
this time,
investigation.
all right. First of all, I'm gonna go to the doctor's office.
Okay.
Okay, now I will cast Bless on Elnoire.
Thank
Okay.
you. Given that I have freedom. Okay.
You walk
is the
into this
doctor-
room. How are you walking? Are you bursting in? Are you quietly opening
No.
it?
Sneakily, yeah, sneakily.
Okay. You sneakily open the door because you do see light is on underneath the door. You do see a little bit of light. You sneakily open the door and you see that the doctor is laying on his desk with his head on his hands and is zonked out. And his cup of tea
Okay.
is empty.
First of all, I'm going to investigate the doctor. I'm gonna investigate him entirely like a police would.
Okay.
Now, here's the question, and I'm gonna apply this to every investigation that I'm gonna be doing next. Given that I have freedom in terms of time, because I know they're gonna be asleep the entire, do I have advantage? Because I can really take my time with it. I can go slow and just meticulously.
I would say if you decide to take
10
like
minutes.
30 minutes because you're going to go excruciatingly slow to really try to pick up all the details, you could have
Okay.
advantage.
All right. So the first one I'm gonna do with the dog. I'm gonna like boop, 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 just check his pockets, check his. That one I'm gonna do it normally. The ones that I'm gonna do in the rooms are gonna take time.
Okay.
So
You do have
first
Bless
investigation with a D4, no?
What does Bless
with a
give you?
D4. It gives you a
1d4.
Okay.
Wait, do you have? You don't need to bless me. Do you have guidance?
No.
You don't.
Actually- Wait,
Because Bless
Bless
only works for attacks. It doesn't work for.
Oh man, yeah. Then it's not for that. Well, you can attack with a D4.
Well, that lasts for like a minute. Can we recon that you knew that and we didn't?
Yeah, can I not do that?
I'll accept it because it's a session 0.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
okay. Yeah. And for the love of God, if it's allowed, change that so that you have guidance. All right. So first one, normal. Investigation on the dock. Come on. 20, dirty.
Okay. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
Things that will be out of normality for a doctor to have. If I find like a weirdo like talisman with demonic runes on it or stuff like that.
Okay, so you do a cursory investigation on the doctor himself. You don't find anything out of order. He has his pen, his paper, his stethoscope. He has all the normal doctor things that you would have.
Okay. Now I will do the 30 minutes on the room. This entire room.
Okay.
Holy crap. That's a 15 with advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have a plus 6.
You do a super careful investigation in this room. You find so many books, so many papers of investigation, hypotheses that he has on workplace proper, personalities that could be considered, worthy of being in the medical field. You find bottles of alcohol everywhere. You find, not everywhere, sorry, in the cart in this one specific place of the room. But the alcohol is very, very nice alcohol. It's very, very posh. You find a lot of concoctions of tinctures and stuff. You see that there's a room behind his office where it's kind of his workspace. He has even more books there. It's where he studies different medicines. There's a bunch of different plants, medicinal types, things to this area. It's very. Something that's very noticeable is that in this area, a lot of the medicine that he has, a lot of the plants that he has are towards healing, unlike the morgue where it was more towards death. So here he has plants that is supposed to help revive, people back to their best self. He does have the skeleton to where he has annotated different bones, different parts of muscles, all of this detail. Overall pretty standard doctor's office.
I will ask Jeremy, have you noticed a difference in this man's Dr. Ricky's behavior this past days?
No, he's always just been a pompous prick.
Okay.
Can I look for the paper that Elnoire signed?
You see it's right below him where he's sleeping.
Okay, I will take it.
Do a strength check.
Oh, no.
That one?
No, it's actually a 2, but it is a -1. So I guess it's
So
true.
it's a dirty one.
Dirty one.
So you rip a corner of the paper, but you don't get the paper.
I just
The smallest corner of the paper, though. It slips between your hand and you grip as hard as you can and it just takes out a tiny corner of it.
Let's try not to destroy to leave incriminating evidence of tampering.
I mean, you signed it. There's nothing here already. I wanted to take it.
That's true.
Vesper's behind you guys taking note of all of this.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Is there anything that you want to do here, Quintin, or shall we move to the...
Yes, I want to check the books.
Okay. What did you want to look for?
Is there anything out of the ordinary for a doctor to have?
You can do an investigation if you want. We'll add this on the time that Elnoire was doing his investigation.
He himself being a doctor, can he has advantage? He has a knowledge of...
No.
It doesn't matter. I
Okay.
roll a natural 20.
Okay.
Oh.
You look through the books and you're seeing all types of literature here. It includes things that have to do with spores, mold, influencing minds, necromancy. You find things that have to do with the gods and the spirits and ghosts and ghouls, and but you also find things that have to do with Tree of Life. You see a lot of different... It basically has literature from various countries, which he was talking to you about earlier. He has books that have in theoretical investigations that you can see that he's definitely scribbled in red all over. Others that are more pristine that you can see that he cherishes more of it. It's more like the basics of encyclopedias of different types of maladies and stuff like that. One thing that you do note is that he doesn't have anything related to the war. So you do gather that this doctor never pushed back on you because he himself was never part of that. You kind of guess, of seeing all of his certificates on the wall, that he probably was from a family that had enough means to get him out of having to serve, which is how he was able to travel and get so much knowledge. And it is kind of a point of his that is lacking, and you can tell that he's trying to cover that up with a lot of other, little like, oh, but look at this. Isn't this impressive?
Uh-huh.
Interesting. We have that information.
Well, Quintin has that information.
Yeah.
I tell them a summary of this guy.
Okay, you're giving the
And-
profile. Okay.
Is there a room here? These doors were closed, right?
You guys, while Elnoire was investigating,
Elnoire.
he opened the doors and that's the back room where he has all the tinctures and potions and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Time to look at the other rooms.
Okay. Jeremy looks at you guys and kind of like tapping his fingers, yawning a little bit because it's pretty late for him now. He says, "Are we ready? Where do you guys want to go? The morgue?"
Let's check the morgue again.
You guys go to the basement where the morgue is located. You're okay,
Alright.
so you just enter inside.
Yes. Well, before entering, do I hear something going on in there?
Do you want to investigate and see if you hear perception to see if you want to hear if you hear anything?
I guess he will just enter. Like, as far as he knows, just free to go.
Okay.
Roll initiative.
There's nobody in here.
All right. Now we can work. And I'm gonna do another 30 minutes for this room. All right. Please, come on.
Yes. Can I check
Investigation
all
is-
the bodies while he does
All
this?
right.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so that will be a 23, actually. Now that I have the time to and not the guy's eyes on me,
Okay.
I
And
can
what
like,
are you
really get in.
rolling, Quintin?
Investigation. And look. Okay, sorry.
Me, I wanted to do a medicine check on the rest of the bodies.
No,
Okay.
that was the only one, right?
While you're doing the Elnoire, the investigation check, you do realize there are 5 bodies here. Now on the other slabs, there are... These bodies were not here before. They are here now.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I was like,
Quintin,
wait.
roll for investigation or medicine, whichever you prefer.
Yeah, medicine. That is a 17.
You see these bodies. You both see these bodies. Quintin, you have really good medicine, but Elnoire, you immediately clock these 5 bodies and are like, well, that wasn't there before. And you immediately can see that these bodies are all very similar to the first guy, to Alistair. Their skin is pretty clean. They don't look like they died all that long ago. And yet they
The
do
mark?
seem, I don't know if you want to get, I assume because you're investigating, you're getting closer.
Yes.
You see that they have a similar hole in the back of their heads as the first guy. In that moment, you guys hear a door open behind you. I need you guys to roll for initiative.
Oh, dang it.
This
She
whole
comes
time?
out behind you guys. You see Nurse Nancy comes out of the room, of the stock room, and says, you guys should have really left earlier. It's too bad that we have to do this way. And she extends her hands and releases web, which is a 20-foot cube of difficult terrain. You're going to have to do a dexterity saving throw or be restrained. So roll for us, Quintin.
Yeah, my
That
guy is gonna be deja vu.
That is 9.
Okay, you fail.
Sorry, 8.
That's even worse. Okay. You are now restrained, which means that you have 0 movement speed. Your attack rolls against you are done at advantage, and your attacks are done at disadvantage. And you have disadvantage for dexterity saving throws.
Will he be able to release himself?
You can take an action to make a strength athletics check against my spell DC. If you succeed, you're no longer restrained.
Oh man.
And then she slowly makes her way 25, 30. She's like making her way towards you, Elnoire. And that's her turn. At the same moment that she decides to put web, you see that these bodies just start kind of quaking a little bit. They start jittering a little bit, and they start sitting up. And they are looking towards Nancy while she's walking towards you, Elnoire, with a big smile on her sweet little face. The first one rolls and comes out of prone and stands up. So he goes 5 to get off and 5 to get down. He looks at you, and you can just see the pale face, empty gaze of just what looks to be a normal commoner slowly ambling towards you. And that's his turn. We are now on your turn, Quintin.
Okay, since I'm trapped, what I'm gonna do is I want to use Channel Divinity Turn Undead.
Okay.
Yeah, every undead within 30 feet of me have to do a saving throw of my spell DC is 14.
Wisdom saving throw of 14. I'm gonna use a special die. Wisdom?
Yes.
At a 30-foot range, you said. 17, does that beat it? Is it for the first one?
Yeah.
Okay. That first one that's going to go towards our friend here is beat it.
Fails. Let's go.
Okay, so...
Okay, you got 4 out of 5.
Anything else?
I do the little prayer. I cannot... It's an action, right? To get out of the web.
Yes, an action.
Yeah.
And for now, I cannot do anything else. I'll just...
You don't have a bonus?
No.
Oh, that's right. You are like... you are level 3 at war... fighter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right.
That's it. That's my turn.
Okay. The next one is this guy. This little guy runs away. 40. He runs as far as his little feetsies can take him. Next. Oh, my little girl. Okay. Uh-oh. She is terrified. She does not know what is happening. She is scared. So she's going to... Oh, frick. She doesn't really have much that she can do.
If she's not doing anything, can I just scream like, help?
She doesn't know. Oh, she does have a thing that she can do. Hold on. Okay, she's going to use Dispel Magic on the webs. Level 2. Okay. She casts it on web, and takes it away.
Nice.
My NPC nerfed my own person. Oh my god, this is so dumb. I should have checked that before. I should not have gotten that one.
Yeah, no, the turn on that was really freaking strong. Because I was like, there is so much that I need to do. And now I can just like, okay, never mind that. I can just do this.
That's gonna be, I think. Yeah, that's gonna be her turn. We got this next little guy, and he's also gonna run. He's not gonna run towards you. He's gonna run towards his master. So he's gonna hide behind her little skirt. He's terrified. All right, that's his turn. Now it's your turn.
I will cast Fireball on her.
What are you casting?
A Fireball.
Ball?
Ball.
The big one? The
The
big
third-
kahuna?
Yeah. The
Okay.
big kahuna, the third
A
level.
bright. Where are you placed? Where's it centered?
On her.
Okay, so we're gonna
So
map
both
this
of-
out. It's gonna hit everything in
They
this
can make-
area.
Yeah.
Radius, so 40-foot diameter. So it's gonna be that much.
Like that, and I'm going to obviously get away from that radius, like here.
Okay.
I'm only touching the coffins and the people.
Okay. So in
All
this
right,
one you
they
can
need to
get.
make a Dex 14.
I'm gonna roll for Milady first. Dexterity, right?
Dexterity
How much do they have to beat?
14 is really low. I don't know why.
She got 10, so she fails.
Nice.
The first one 16. Wait, no, 12
Yes.
because they have
Fail.
Wait. Dexterity, yeah, -2. Fail. 15. That one succeeds. So this
Fail.
third one, I thought you said it was 14.
14, but he rolled 15 and he has a -2 dex.
No, 15. He rolled 17,
Okay,
got
okay,
a 15.
Sorry.
So he's
I was
fine.
like,
he's gonna
"Hell
he's gonna take half. They're gonna take the whole thing. Roll the damage for me.
That was actually really low. That's 22. I
Okay.
got 1, 2, 3 ones, 1, 2, 1, 3. Oh boy.
Okay, so a couple things happen in this moment.
Oh. Yeah, I'm going to
Okay.
aim it so that it doesn't touch the walls, the flammable, like the things on the walls.
You guys see that you hit this enormous ball of fire in a closed room filled with chemicals, and all of which are very sensitive. You see that you do hit Nurse Nancy. You have hit the first undead, name unknown. He is burnt to a crisp. You start smelling. There's a bunch of smoke happening. You start smelling barbecue, interestingly enough. The creature is now frayed. All its skin has 3rd-degree burns everywhere. He is burnt to a crisp. You see that he is completely obliterated. He should not even be alive. He lets out a deep groan, a guttural groan.
He
And
survived
is
with a one.
Still
with the-
standing.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah. The other one also very, very crispy. Very much you can see muscles starting to display. Same situation in the sense that it's like you can see muscles through it and everything. This one didn't get hit as hard, so it doesn't take as much of of impact. However, there is now a line of kind of a wall of fire that you have made between yourself and the exit circumstance of having, flammable objects in this area. Okay. You have like a wall in front of you of just flames. The ball burst, an initial impact already did the damage, but everything is on fire here. It hasn't spread, but there's a lot of smoke that's going to start happening very quickly, very soon. Next, this guy, he has to run away from you. So he's going to go... Nancy looks at you, Elnoire, and says, Well, that just isn't very nice, is it? And she's going to do 3 arcane burst attacks.
What? What?
3
is
burst
that a spell?
attacks. It's just her attack. That's just her attack.
Okay.
I'm hoping this doesn't go badly. 13. Does that hit you?
I cast shield.
How much does that give
So
you?
no. It turns me into a 17.
Okay. Good. 17. Meets it, beats it. So that's 1 attack.
Yeah.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 22. You get 20 necrotic damage.
Holy crap! Yeah, I am very hurt, knee on the ground.
And she decides to get out of the freaking fire. She's not gonna go closer. She's gonna go back up. Ooh. Man, you guys are really interestingly placed. She's kind of in a trifecta in the middle. You know what? She is gonna go closer. She's gonna go, let's say 20 and then 10 to the side. So right here. That's a square, right? Yeah. And that's her turn. We have this little guy. He has to run away as well. He joins his little friends. Can't really do much. This other guy. You were the one who hit him, Elnoire. So maybe he's gonna start making his way
Downtown?
towards you. He's going to do an attack. You've really cornered yourself here. Because the items that are on the map are on the map. There is a desk next to you. There is a washing basin next to you. A melee. He's going to try to scratch you. Oh my god. He got 18 on the dice. Plus 3. 19, 20, 21.
Except that Vesper is gonna do silvery barbs on him.
Who? Oh, me? I don't have
Vesper.
silver. I don't have silvery barbs. You wish.
She's a bard without silvery barbs. Interesting.
She's
That would
a
be
level...
like a cleric without.
I think
No,
I
silvery
didn't
barbs
see the
is
silvery
level
barbs
1.
on anything. Oh,
All
maybe
right,
I didn't
let's go.
take it. I have never played bard before, so
It's fine. Let's
sorry,
go.
guys. I did what I could with what I had. I already nerfed myself with a web, so you're welcome. 18. Okay, so that hits you for 3 damage. Bludgeoning damage. So you guys see, Quintin, you see that Elnoire is, you just see parts of his skin start to like decay from the hit of Nancy. And then he just kind of gets bonked on the shoulder by this random undead creature. That's all he can do. So Quintin, you are next.
Want to first, as a bonus action, I do have a bonus action that I can use now. I want to use Healing Word on Elnoire.
Okay.
And I heal you 1d4 plus 6.
Nice.
Oh, wait, I am also a Depth of Life. 4 plus 6, I heal you 12 points.
Ooh, 12. That's really good.
Really good.
Oh.
So you see parts of your skin that had been torn by a necrosis starts to get like sewn back. Just a little
Yeah.
bit.
And also, that was my bonus action.
Yeah.
For my regular action, I want to do an attack on Nancy and with my revolver.
Okay.
And I want to use a trick shot. First, the attack to see if I hit. That is 16.
That hits, yeah.
Hit?
Yeah.
Nice. That is 2d8. Ah, man. That's 4 damage.
Okay.
But I did a dazing shot. When you make a firearm attack against a creature, on a hit, the creature takes damage and must make a Constitution saving throw, DC 13, or suffer disadvantage on attacks until the end of the next turn.
She failed with a 6.
Nice. So she has disadvantage on attacks,
Okay.
Nice.
and that's my turn. Also, this guy is no longer turn.
No, but
Which
he's
one?
dead. Oh,
Ah,
no,
he's
no,
dead?
no, no, he's not dead. No, 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 no. He
Oh,
survived because
because
of the
he
undead.
survived. You're
He
right.
got
Yeah.
attacked, yeah.
Okay, that's your turn. Now it's this guy's turn. He has nowhere else that he can go, so he's just gonna kind of cower in this corner. I don't think... Can I do rerolls, or it's just until someone hits him?
I
No,
think-
it lasts for 1 minute or until someone hits them.
yeah.
Okay, so... Okay, great. It's my lady's turn. She sees that you guys are freaking out. She's gonna do Mass Healing Word, because I think that's the only one she has that isn't touch. Yeah. She's gonna do Mass Healing Word as a bonus action.
Am I the only one? Am I the only one who's hurt?
Yeah.
What does she not have normal healing word?
No. She would have to touch you and she's not gonna get near
Okay.
you. She's not gonna get near
Okay,
you.
okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hit points regained.
Okay, I'm top off.
Okay.
I am max HP.
Nice. She's going to then... I'm sorry, guys.
Does she
I
not
don't
have
know
attacks
what...
for this?
She hasn't... here's the thing. She doesn't have a
She doesn't
weapon.
have a-
She's a scribe, you guys, okay? She doesn't expect to have to do a fight, so... She didn't have a weapon, which I'm mostly noticing right now that I didn't put a weapon accidentally. It's not... Let's just pretend it's lore.
Yeah.
She has dissonant whispers. The psychic melody is gonna be the wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. And she's just hearing that over and over in her head, and she's like, stop it! And that's her turn. We got Mr. Zombie Survivor here. He's going to move towards the man who did some damage on him, but he can't really get too close to you. He's just kind of sitting there. He slowly ambles towards you. Next.
All right, now I will cast Mage Armor,
Okay.
and I will shimmy. Can I shimmy this way?
You can. Yeah. You are kind
Okay, so-
of... Yeah, you can because you're still rotating. You're not going to get hit. You are going to be over here because you can't be on his block. If you shimmy
Okay.
that way.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Which means that you're now in range of the lady as well.
The lady as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's my turn. Yep, that's my turn.
Okay. We got a guy who has to keep running away, so he just shimmies on over there. We've got our main ladies, top
Buddy.
of the round. Heck yeah. She is going to curl up her fingers and say, I did not want it to go this way, sweeties, but if you insist. And she starts going, I don't know how to do fake language. She casts a curse and makes all attacks on her be at disadvantage.
Oh.
And that's her turn.
Right?
We got another runner. We got someone who's going to attack you. 19, 20, 21, 22 to hit. Fox?
Let me check something. I am a 16 plus 5, so no. I'm going to actually give him silvery barbs, disadvantage at him, and I'm going to give advantage at my companion Quintin. So disadvantage on his attack.
I don't know if this is a reaction.
Yes, silvery barbs is a reaction.
Okay. Are you supposed to do that before I roll?
No, I can just wait until to see if he hits me, and then I can decide. Silvery barbs is boosted.
Okay. I have to re-roll then?
Yes, you have disadvantage.
15.
It's okay. Miss.
What's your DC?
16 now.
16?
Yes, because of mage armor.
There. Okay, you are next, Quintin.
Yes. Okay. I will try to shoot Nancy again. Okay, I have a +7. Let's go. Oh, 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
I'm a cowboy.
What are you doing?
Shooting my revolver.
Okay.
Damage is 10, 12.
Okay.
12 damage. And can I do another Mark's trick? The same one, dazing shot.
She got 13, so she met it. Rolled 12
Dang it.
with a +1, so 13.
Okay, she can attack normal now.
Okay. Anything else?
Also, yes, I want to move. Oop. Over here. I want to make these guys move around.
Okay. This guy runs to this place, I guess. What does she do? Yeah, she'll do Dissonant Whispers again. Ooh, she got 14. Just misses, which is damage. She gets 6 damage from the same song is still going on in her head, and she's going crazy because of it. This little guy isn't affected anymore, so he's going to just he's gonna melee you. 9? Does not hit.
Yes. No, miss.
Okay. It is your turn.
Okay. I will become invisible.
Oh. Okay.
I'm surrounded by
Valid.
monsters. I look at everyone and I'm like, you don't even whoop,
Okay.
invisible.
Are you staying there or are you leaving?
If I move, they still have the opportunity. So
At disadvantage, yes.
yeah, no, I don't. Wait, do I lose invisibility if I get hit? Let me check. A creature return has invisibility condition until the spell ends. The spell ends immediately after the target takes an attack roll, deals damage, or casts a spell. So I can just freak off. I'm gonna leave, bro. I'm gonna move.
Okay.
They are all going to have attacks. So you have to roll 3 times.
At
I'm gonna-
disadvantage, yes. All right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
do the little guys first. Well, 2 of them because you're still next to 1.
No, but I am gonna like fully.
Okay. That's a 16 and
Let's
a
just say I'm
4,
gonna move-
so I miss. First one misses.
Yes.
15 and a 6. That's a 6. Where did the number go? 9. That misses. And then the last
Misses.
one is a natural 1. Definitely misses. So,
Misses.
my
So
God.
yeah,
yeah.
I'm out.
Okay.
I'm gonna go purple. This is my invisibility thing.
Okay.
Okay, that's the end.
Okay. This guy is kind of not really sure where to go. I feel like he's just gonna stay there because he's just going straight forward. My lady, she's going to turn and she's going to do Arcane Burst, starting with 20 at Jeremy, who instantly falls dead.
Oh!
And you can see that she strikes him with an Arcane Burst, the first of 3. And you can see like black smoke going into her body, and she just goes, she breathes in deep and says, that's more like it. And you can see some of her burned, charred flesh regrows. She then does the last 2 arcane bursts, not seeing the first guy anymore. She's gonna do it at the person that keeps attacking her, Quintin.
Oh no.
She has now shifted her sights onto you. That's a 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23?
Yes.
Okay, and then the second one, 9?
No.
Okay, so you get 10 necrotic damage.
Ooh.
That is her turn. She's probably gonna keep going a little bit further away from the fire. But towards like this direction. So she's getting towards this direction. Yep. Next is our little friend who's just gonna boop, and he gets stuck on the thing. Next is our other little friend who has no idea where anybody is, and he can only just move towards Quintin. So 35, and then 5 more is like 1 extra block. And he can't do anything. Quintin, it's up to you now.
Which of these 2 guys is looking worse?
Probably the one on the left.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot that one.
Okay.
My 3rd shot. And that's 9, 16.
That hits.
Nice. That is 11.
Okay. You take a shot at him, and his face splits open, completely losing its structural integrity because it was already burnt and weakened, and now you just crack the skull open. This one immediately falls dead. Just shattered apart.
Then I will do an action search, so I can do another attack.
Okay.
And I will shoot this guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to open the path. Oh no, that's 5 plus 7. That is 12.
That hits.
Zombies, they don't even have
Regular
like...
zombie. And that is 8 plus 3, that's 11. 11 damage.
11. You hit the shot, and you see the bullet go straight through the face. And he peels back. You can see that he like tumbles back and almost looks like he's about to fall, but then he comes right back up.
I'm gonna...
back away.
I'm actually thinking of going forward, chasing this lady.
I wouldn't recommend it because the fire is expanding, so you are going... If then you want to like back away, you're gonna have to like finagle it.
Fine, I'm gonna run, and that's my turn.
This next guy has nowhere to go, so he just kind of stays there. We have Milady. She's kind of gonna back away because she's seeing that this flame is indeed like becoming a problem. She is not sure what to do because a lot of things are happening. You guys are now focusing on clearing a path. She's gonna try to do Dissonant Whispers on this same zombie that you were trying to do it at. It's going to be Wisdom saving throw, which Oh my god. Okay, 18, 17, 16 they got. The wisdom saving throw is 15. I don't understand how a stupid-ass zombie can get better than my main character. That's so freaking stupid. On a successful save, they take half. Okay. Okay. This one starts hearing the same wheels go round and round song, and you can just see it like starts holding its head, and he just screams out, "Stop!" And then just falls to pieces. The person that used to be known as Alistair, this young man, has now been burnt, tortured psychically, and he drops dead. Whatever you got to tell yourself to sleep at night, my friend. He drops dead. And that's gonna be her turn.
He's not alive.
This guy's already gone, so I'm just gonna take him out of the queue. All right.
How is she looking? Did she like completely, like fully restored?
You don't think that it was fully. It was like the essence of the person that used to be the janitor, is now, well, first of all, his body is just like all of the blood was sucked away from his being. He's just a skeletal figure now. And she looks in turn a little bit more healed.
Okay. I'm going to fireball her again.
Okay.
I don't care about the fire. Yeah, it's too late for caring about the fire.
Okay. She's next to a ton of powders now. So
Ooh. All right.
you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Fireball to her. She needs to make a 14 saving throw, dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 11.
Okay. She will take.
Oh my
Come on,
gosh,
come on,
that
come on.
scared me.
Ooh, this one's juicy. 35.
Amazing. Heck yeah. 35.
I'm gonna run over there.
Uh-huh. That's not what I'm looking for.
You are looking for the words. How do you want to do this?
I would ask, how do you want to do this? Except for the fact that when you burst out Fireball, you hit an entire shelf of unknown powders in an already extremely flammable location, which means that you basically amplified Fireball on everybody, not only in this room, in this entire building, people of which are drugged asleep and cannot move or react. There is no saving throw that you can do because it is an enclosed space. There is nowhere to save yourselves through. You're literally bursting a bomb underneath this entire hospital that is functional and does have patients above as well.
I forgot that.
It's okay. That's fine. We are in a morgue at a hospital. So we are going to do a series of rolls here. First of all, the first flash of light that you see when our wizard decides to do Fireball is she immediately gets disintegrated. There is nothing special that you can do. She's just immediately disintegrated. It was too high. The zombies that were still up are also immediately, well, luckily for them, they plop dead before they can even disintegrate. Then they're disintegrated as well. In what can only be called later in the news as a holy fire, you guys immediately see balls of not just fire, but it almost looks like a firework-esque type of just a brick wall of fireworks coming at you. All different types. It's almost beautiful, honestly. It's a rainbow of like what you imagine the galaxy looks like. In fact, you might actually be part of that galaxy very soon. We're gonna do this as a amplified fireball because I don't want to think about this too much. All I do know is that this is gonna be dire circumstances of I don't know if there's anything that's bigger than a fireball that I can look at, but that's what we're gonna use. Okay. I'm gonna need some extra dice.
I did the thing. I did the thing that every wizard,
wizard.
like the meme. I did the meme. Well, one thing is that we started this by her telling a story, by Vesper telling a story, so at least she survives.
I have advantage on death saves. Don't worry.
Okay, that's gonna come in clutch. Are we all gonna be zombies, like Frankenstein zombies after this?
Hey. It's not as bad as you think.
Bro, I promise, I swear, I promise, I wasn't like. It's just that this is like the first time ever that I used this spell in my entire life. I never like used a freaking wizard before, so I completely just neglected the effect that spell has in the world. So it wasn't on purpose. It wasn't like I don't give a crap.
I'm back.
She immediately incinerates. All of the zombies around immediately drop and then immediately get incinerated. This wall of color is coming at you. In a split second, you guys realize first a few things. First of all, you're in a hospital. There's people unconscious above you that cannot do anything to help. There's patients around as well that came for aid. And this is a very small room, and if it explodes upwards, there's more chemicals above from the medicine that was being created. So you have a small split second of realization before you feel the skin on your bodies immediately just shred apart. You have a massive amount of pain going through all of you. That was 72 damage done, perpetuated throughout this entire building, which is now immediately burst into flames and collapsing in on itself very quickly thereafter.
Do we take the 72 damage?
Oh, you surpass the 72 damage for sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm dead. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
out of the plane of existence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Out of my
There is a slight possibility that as long as it's not double your hit points, if it doesn't
No, I am out of this plane. I like poof, I don't exist anymore.
Okay.
Wait, 70. You said 70.
It is double. It is
so
more than double.
the
It's
amount
more
of
than
damage, how much health do you have left? Louphonze.
nothing.
Me?
Okay.
26 left. 26.
And how much is your total?
My max is 36. So the double is exactly 72.
Okay. You guys are both birthed into the lack of existence. Luckily for our bard, she does have 43 max health and 43 health to begin with. She never got touched because she was more careful. She is burnt to a crisp.
Yeah, she's still.
She is able to, despite her burnt notes that no longer exist, and many months of probably amnesia and therapy that she would have to go through after in a different city altogether, probably. We then see the after effects many, many months later. We see her slowly making her way towards a town far away from the current location where we are found. And she again, with a couple of scars on her, you would think that she would be scarred. She is currently sitting in front of the bartender. His eyes are wide open, saying, "How is this? Were they actually cops? Was they actually doctors? Did no one think that a hospital was not a place to put an explosion?" I love that you guys are giggling behind this.
Quintin just said, "Good job," and got pulverized.
Those words are engraved on your bodiless sheet. Like, there's no body in your graves. There's just a gravestone on the location saying, These
Psychopath.
actions will be remembered in remembrance to the great renowned Dr. Ricky, to the wonderfully renowned nurse Nancy, and the wonderful janitor Jeremy. Luckily for Carly,
The psycho.
they weren't in the building when you guys blew up the place, but she was very sad that she had no bodies to bury because everyone was dust.
You said you guys. It was me. It was me.
Also,
I'm gonna mute you guys. I'm so pissed off right now.
Sorry.
Carly later says that she's going to start working on urns for those who decide to go the burning route. She is very successful because her first clients are quite renowned. Many folklores surge up into this town, talking about ghosts that still wander the lands of the mysterious war veteran doctor and the very sketchy ex-cop.
Crazy, the crazy man lost his mind.
There was a lot of conversation about how odd you guys were, the odd behavior.
I brought a pistol and you release an H-bomb.
I could have the firebolt. I could have the firebolt.
At this point, Vesper takes another shot while she remembers the traumatic experience that she had in a little town called Silverhill at the Silverhill Hospital / morgue. You see her sitting back, contemplating life, realizing that life is more than what she was living. She decides to write a book on the case and becomes very, very wealthy off of it. Thank you very much.
Good work.
You see that despite the fact that she had to go through multiple healing and surgeries, luckily it wasn't necessarily months because they do have magic in this world, so she was healed up pretty quickly. Interestingly enough, she looks exactly the same, not one scar. She has a beautiful long bluish violet hair, very fine skin. You see almost a shimmer of almost golden shimmer beneath her skin. Something that the bartender has a keen eye on. He says, "Well, that was quite the tale. Thank you also for bringing me a copy of your chronicles for this adventure. Where are you going to go to next? Anything in the foreseeable future?" And she with a very wry smile says, "Well, of course, the adventure doesn't have to end there. I'm probably gonna head over. I did have a contract with a different city in Bensworth, where I was asked to look into certain investigations at a manor for a nobleman. It seems that they have had some intriguing happenings there, so I'm going to be heading that way next. Hopefully, the folks in that city are a little bit more reliable. It'll end a different way this time." And then she takes yet another shot and the scene fades away. Thus ends the first session of Nightfall Tavern, you guys!
Oh, I don't even know what to say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not touching a wizard where I came, dude.
You have the giggles
It's
still?
my fault. It's my fault. It's not the wizard's fault. It's mine. But I can't
No one
trust
is questioning that. We're all clear. We are all clear whose fault it was.
I heard the powder thing, but I was thinking she's gonna
I
escape
repeated
through a
it so
door.
many times.
I thought I think
I thought it was a secret door.
I just thought
The
I don't
powder?
know why. I just thought it was makeup or something. I don't fucking makeup for the corpses. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
I'm fine. You guys are gonna be sorry because you're gonna have to make new characters. So much for look at this for the backstory and that, and I'm like, I don't think it's gonna matter anymore.
It's not gonna matter. It didn't matter. I killed everyone. I killed the doctor too.
I hope you guys weren't attached to your characters.
Oh, oh man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Louphonze. Oh my god.
I literally said there are ways for me to stay alive as long as my body is there. Not disintegrated.